Hello everyone, I hope you're doing well. In this video we are going to see how to work with the spin tool. So spin tool is basically used to extrude and duplicate, and it is also used to rotate the object, a duplicated object around the axis or a point. Okay, so let's see how to work with the spin tool. So I'm putting this small window over here. So let's see how to use so basically first you need to add an object. We know how to object. So what I'll do, I'll just go to the tab mode. I'll press tab, I'll shift, I'll take a mesh, and I'll just take a cube. Fine. So with the help of the spin tools we can make many things, which I'm going to show you in this video. Okay, so we are going to design a structure for pencil, we'll design a wine glass, and we will also design a chess piece with the help of this spin tool. Okay, so let's see the basic of this spin tool first. Let's move to the tab part. So and I'm going to choose spin over here. Okay, so as you click on a spin, you can see it is showing me a rotation about an x z point. Okay, you can see z. We can move to x also, and we can work on x, y, or z. Any axis we can rotate this object. So let's see how does it work. Can you see it is copying the object. Okay, and after that, once you just use this blue line with the mouse left button and drag it, and after that, as soon as you leave, the spin will be available here. So click on that. So it is showing that it has 12 steps. That means it has copied 12 times. So I'll want to reduce it. I just want to keep it like 5. I'll just give a number like 5. Now you can see as I'm giving 5, the number is getting reduced. If I give, let's say, 100, then you won't be able to see the cube anywhere. Fine. So it is just a spin and copying the object basically. Okay, so I'm giving a number 2, let's say. So I hope you can able to see this thing. Okay, so as I'm using 2 cubes. Okay, so steps you can increase, you can control the steps from here. I'm using 3 cubes, 4 cubes, copying, it's duplicating basically. Okay, and angles also I can set. I'll set 360. I can set. Okay, if you set 360, what will happen? It will exactly come back to its original position. Fine. And let's say I'm using 360 degree. So let's say I'm keeping it over here. So that means let's say I'm using a 90 degree. If I was using 90 degree, you can see with this you can able to change the angles. Okay, the rotation angle basically, and you can play with these things. Okay, you can see what is happening. This is a 90 degree, right? If I just scroll out, and then I'll show you, then you can able to understand properly what is happening. Okay, and I'm moving this towards the y-axis. Can you see how many blocks I have used? 4. You can see. And if I increase the number, definitely that is also add more blocks to this. Getting? Like this it works. Let's say if, instead of this I'll just put 360. What will happen? Let's check. You can see this 7 blocks are arranged in a 360 form, like a circle, right? And increase the number also, right? And as I'm moving it towards x, you can move it towards x also, no issue. You can move it towards z, no issue. You can move it x, y, z, and you can, this is the rotation x, y, z, and this is what, this is extending towards x and y, z. It's a movement basically, and this is what, this is a rotation. Let's say if I rotate towards x, you can see I can play with this very nicely. So I'll keep it at 0 itself. Okay, so like this you can play with x, you can play with y, or you can play with z also. Okay, rotating towards y axis, rotating towards z axis, whatever you want you can do. You can make many modification with this. Okay, so with this help of this, let's say try to make something else. So I'll just go back, I'll take one mesh. I'll take it will be in the form of, let's say, a cylinder, and I'll just try to make a structure of a pipe. Let's say how to do that. So I'm going to extrude a face. Basically I have to go to the edit mode, and after that I'll select the face here. After selecting the face, let's see what I'm doing. So I'm just zooming out with the help of mouse button, and then I want to extrude as it. So I'm just clicking on extrude, Okay, you can just click on the spin tool. After doing so, you can do X, Y, Z, anything. Okay, if you press shift and X, Y, Z, all these things will come. Press shift and just click on these things. Let's say what will happen if I just use this. Okay, and just drag. So my object, you can see it is moving, the face is moving towards what? Towards the x-axis, right? So what will happen if I use let's say this blue line? So this one, how it is seen, let's say this one, how does it work? So it is not affecting anything on it. So let's move this side. So nothing is happening. So maybe I have not selected the face. Let's say spin again, and I'll move towards the, you can see what is happening. It is copying the face and duplicating it and then extruding it. So in this, I'm just selecting the face, and if I try to rotate, we have seen the result. Okay, let's see if we select like full axis, cylinder, and I'll spin, and I'll see what happens. Okay, so you can see the rotation. This is what it is happening. We have given the structure of a tire to this. Okay, so let's say press Z, more Z, and I'm spinning it again towards, let's say, x-axis, and I'm changing the angle to, let's say, 95 degree, and this I'm reducing it to, let's say, I'm doing 15. So can you able to see what happened? The cylinder turns in the form of a tire, right? So like this you can play with these things. Now let's see, I want to do something else. So what I will do, I'll just press A and I'll delete this object. I'll just click on the vertex. I will add one more cylinder, and after adding it, what I will do, I will just select a face. Okay, selecting a face, and I want this to spin again in this direction. Okay, let's say if I extrude this face, what will happen? It will move towards X and then rotate. So basically it is not making any changes to this. Okay, I will select the face and I'll use spin tool, Control S if I press. So it is saving it. There's no hotkeys for for playing with these things. So after this, what happened, that my cylinder has been copied in this form. If I zoom and I'll show you, you can see how many cylinders are there. If you want to find out, basically you have to go back, press Ctrl Z. Okay, take a face, go to spin tool, let's do the counting. Because these 15 cylinders are there. Okay, you can able to see it clearly when you will select this object, and let's say, and what you're doing, you're just selecting this as a jet, and let's say what will happen if I just rotate it to angle 360, and number of cylinders is 15, let's say, and I'm moving towards y-axis. So you can see the number of cylinders used. Like this you can easily can work with this spin tool. Okay.